let's get first things first, right? So money is a motivator, no doubt about it, right? To some extent, money is a motivator, and that's the fact of life. Right? But what I have seen, across, I think over the last 30 years of research is that money is a very short-term motivator. Right? Now, so people who work for money and money only, their passion dies down, in a matter of few months of getting the hike, right? Or that next big promotion or whatever it is, right? And also people who work only for money get burnt out fast. We have seen that time and again. I know there is a lot of empirical evidence, right? And also they are the first people to kind of, jump the ship when the iceberg hits your, hits your organization, right? So these are all the attributes that we have seen, with money as a motivator. So money is a motivator, but it's a very problematic motivator for you. So can you go beyond that? Right? That's the question. And especially for a startup, you want people who will stick with you through the ups and downs. You don't want the people who will jump the first thing that something happens to your ship. So what do employees need? Right? So deep inside, right? So employees something need and also deserve really something more than money, right? They need an aspiration. Right? In the management lingo, we call it as a vision. But what they really need is that vision or aspiration to work towards, right? So everybody wants to work for something that's bigger than themselves. And that could be anything. That could be, so building a business that is going to disrupt the entire industry, or it might be having a very positive impact on the world and, doing all the good things and so on and so forth, right? Or you might just be, working for a company that is really, really good at, that's the best at something, right? For example, there is this company called ThoughtWorks, right? Amazing company, right? If you're a techie, you want to be in ThoughtWorks, right? They're really, really good at what they do. So on and so forth, right? So these are some of the ways of creating that aspiration, and there are obviously infinitely more number of ways. But can you create that aspiration in the employees and create that vision so that when people get up in the morning, they get up for something bigger than themselves, right? And then that gives them the energy to drive to work in all the Bangalore traffic. And next aspect of that is beyond vision, right? What we need to acknowledge, guys, is that human beings are social animals, right? They want to belong. Right? So belong to a community, belong to a group of people, right? And the moment you give that to them, so if you have a group of people that I go to in the morning, after driving through the grilling traffic, if I have a group of people that feel I belong to this group, then work doesn't feel like work anymore, right? So can you as a startup founder, right, create that community where people feel that belonging? That's the second and very important aspect of it. And third one, I feel, if I would say, right, people want to do something important for their team and for their organization. Yes, your company is, disrupting the entire industry. And then there is a very nice set of people who are not only my colleagues, but also my friends. But if my work, I feel that my work doesn't matter, right? I'm just one side, whatever, right? Then the entire motivation goes down, right? So can you make people, make sure that each one feels that his contribution is important in achieving the vision of the company, right? So that gives me the meaning for my life and my career, right? Now, the way I have experimented in doing that is, identify really good talents, right? And give them challenging assignments that they're not ready for, but that they have the potential to figure it out and do it, right? They're not ready for it, right? Give them such work, trust your talent, and then magic will happen, right? And that way they also know that they're doing something very, very important and they need to go the extra mile in order to make that happen. And they're not ready for it right now. At the same time, things like motivation is automatically taken care of, right? So you see that time and again, right? So people leave high-paying executive jobs to go teach in village schools, and people live the nice life of cities and go join the army and the navy and whatever, right? All this is just an indication of the fact that people are looking for something bigger, right? And bigger purpose in life than just their monthly paycheck, right? So on and so forth. So can you make these three things happen, right? Can you create a vision that is a calling for all the employees and they can relate to it? And also people who don't find that calling in your vision are not attracted in the first place to your company, so that you always have the right talent, right? It's okay to say no to a person who is not aligned with your vision, right? And then can you create a community, right? And can you make sure that everybody knows how his or work is contributing to the larger vision of the organization, right? So this is what I would say in terms of keeping your people continuously motivated. And if you do this, the work itself becomes a motivation. So work itself becomes the reward for the reward, and then life goes on and people grow at the pace of their talent.